What is up, guys? Welcome back to Wrestling Crossroads. As always, I'm one half of your dynamic duo, Twisted, alongside Brother Pyro.
Hello!
And today we are talking NXT Vengeance Day. I think this is, the second or third time they've had this pay-per-view?
I want to say that.
Okay. Just letting you guys know ahead of time, we do not have any predictions from Miss Hex going forward this pay-per-view. Unfortunately, she has been rather sick, so well wishes go out to her.
Get well soon. Love you, Hex.
Are you okay if I start off? Just because I don't think I can pronounce the next guy's name the best as well as you can. Are you okay with me starting off? Okay. So starting off on our list, we have the mixed tag team match, The Family, which consists of Tony D'Angelo, Channing Stax Lorenzo, and Adriana Rizzo taking on OTM and Jada Parker. Now, the way we got here, from our understanding, because we have been kind of out of the loop.
We've been out the last couple weeks.
Unfortunately,
OTM loses their opportunity at the tag titles. Lost the title match.
Yes.
And
kind of
just
that silently.
That post title match kind of feud, which I'm sure, assuming they win today, if they can pick up the dub, would I think put them back in the hunt?
We'll see. Obviously, they didn't go down quietly from their loss, so we'll see. But it is a clean sweep, choosing The Family for everybody. There's no way I'm going against Tony D'Angelo. He's been one of my favorites since
day one, almost.
Yeah.
He definitely, for me, took some warming up to.
I know he
but
took
once the character was solidified, I understood what he was.
The Don of WWE.
Because you know me, huge mafia mobster kind of movie guy.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, had to get my ears to pop. Sorry.
I swear, if we were back in the days of that, you'd be a mobster. I swear.
God. But because of my love for that type of cinema and him portraying
it very
well. Granted, they really did go the Italian stereotype trope.
Yeah. I mean, which isn't bad.
But it's working.
It is.
So well.
It is. Your reasoning for choosing The Family, obviously, they're kind of just...
I just love The Family, and personally, I don't think OTM's ready for the big spotlight just yet.
Right.
I think they still got some work to do.
All right. Take us into our next match.
All right, going into our next match, we have the NXT North American Championship. Oba Femi? Thank you. I tried.
I don't even know how to properly
versus former champion Dragon Lee, who beat Dom for that.
Yes, because Wesley is out on injury.
Unfortunately.
Still, road to recovery, get better.
Right.
Come back.
Dragon Lee, wins that title, drops it to Oba Femi,
who used his breakout star tournament contract to win this.
Which, good on him, and he picked the right time and opportunity to make it happen. So he was really smart. Going into this, we are actually very... between the three of us, because it's me, you, Desario.
Yes.
With the predictions. 2-3, myself and Desario got Oba, and you have Dragon Lee.
Yes, I do.
Why do you have Dragon Lee?
I think that with them pushing him for as long as they were into the title picture, that he lost it a little too quickly. I'd like to see this feud kind of continue personally, and you could make really good work out of both men if it did continue.
I mean, let's be real though, he was just kind of a last second pivot.
He was.
Due to injury, if Wesley doesn't get injured, we're not talking Dragon Lee here.
No, but we are talking Dragon Lee on the main roster, and obviously hasn't really been seen on the main roster very much.
But that's my thing, is with him being on the main roster, this is something Desario and I discussed. You keep it on Oba, it helps build the credibility in him being, breakout NXT guy.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, me personally, I'd like to see...
I think it just helps build credibility to your NXT roster. Because, I'm sorry, but like anybody that knows Dragon Lee from even outside the company, he's a very well decorated and highly accomplished superstar.
My only other reasoning for choosing him is I don't know much about Oba.
I mean, I don't really know a lot about Oba either.
I didn't watch the tournament personally.
I watched it in bits and pieces, so I'm not...
So, I'm going off of what I know, and I know Dragon Lee has the skill to take the title.
Yes, but so I think, solidify your choice.
In breakout tournament winner.
And, and this also helps justify
your NXT.
Okay. Yes.
Alright. Going into our next match, we have the no DQ match. Dijak takes on Joe Gacy. Now with this one, aside from you choosing Dijak, me and Desario have won Joe Gacy. Your reasoning for picking Dijak?
They haven't done enough to make Gacy credible since the split of Schism, which was, doing part of the departure and non-contract renewal by Grizzled Young Vets.
Yes.
Them splitting up, they've done nothing to really make Gacy relevant, and I think the no DQ, I have nothing but my imagination in terms of limitation. Works in the advantage of Dijak. We've seen the damage he can do in matches where rules are kind of lifted or bent. I think it just benefits that malice that he had inside of him.
Okay. And Desario's reasoning for choosing Joe Gacy?
Alright, so his whole thing was throw him a bone after breaking up the group, essentially.
Okay. I mean, I agree with Desario wholeheartedly on, throw him a bone, get him there. But one of my reasonings for choosing Joe Gacy alongside that was if you make Joe Gacy into this person, because originally Schism was supposed to be kind of like a version of Bray Wyatt's family, the Wyatt family.
The Wyatt family back in 2014, where
it was about...
He was more the leader, but he had the troops and the soldiers to really do the work.
Yes.
When needed. He had
the mind game.
Kind of like under a mind spell.
Yes. So I'm thinking, if you do it correctly, you have the ability to make him another type of Bray Wyatt, R.I.P. You could do that where you have this person who does really well at matches where there is no rules aside from your imagination. There's no limitations to what you can do. Have him be this really scary type character. What they wanted to do with The Fiend in the Firefly Funhouse. Have him have that mental switch. They could do it really well, and they could start it now. That way you get over with the NXT crowd. NXT talks to the main roster. Once you're talking a jump up to the main roster, he's already solidified as that person.
Okay, I can see that.
Okay, take us into our next match.
Alright, we have our men's Dusty Rhodes Classic final. Bron Breakker and Baron Corbin, also known as the Wolf Dogs. I do like that. Breakker came up with that name. Versus Mello and Trick.
A tag team that's been together already.
We all, for our own reasons, have gone the same route to them.
Yes.
Baron Corbin and Bron Breakker win the Dusty Classic. Why?
My reasoning is I think they're finally going to go full circle with the story that Mello was the one that attacked Trick. I think he does something, he screws them out of it, or a mishap happens where Mello, screws Trick out of the win, and you finally get the answer that it was Mello that did it.
So, love, can you see my phone from there?
No. Desario's exact reasoning?
I'm going to read you word for word.
What Desario?
Desario's text.
Okay.
Wolf Dogs over Mello and Trick. The Wolf Dogs just works so well, and it really does.
Okay.
Let them get the shot at the title going into the next big show. Something is going to happen that causes Trick to lose for his team, leading Melo to stew about it until the end of the night. So again, can you see my phone? Because different wording, but you pretty much gave the exact reasoning.
That Desario did. No, yes. I cannot see your phone. I just, going into this and thinking about it, I think something happens where Trick is screwed, and it's Trick specifically because you need that stirring in his brain for the title match that he's in later tonight. You need that in his mind. You let him be the one that's screwed. Melo stirs about it till the end of the night. It is then revealed that it was Melo that attacked him, and then Melo gets called up to the main roster.
Well, it's looking like both of them are getting called up to the main roster sooner rather than later, because the plan is for Trick to move up as well.
So then you either move Melo up a week before, or you have it stir on the main roster.
I mean, you've already kind of planted those seeds of Melo. He's been featured in quite a lot on SmackDown.
Yes.
But yeah, you're going to bring them up both up sooner rather than later. They've already stated Breaker still has some stuff he's got to finish. Michaels has already stated he's got a lot to do still in NXT before, we push him up.
I think we see Breaker around SummerSlam.
Oh, I'll say we see him by the middle to end of this year on the main roster. So I'm thinking with Trick and Melo getting the call up sooner, it just makes sense in terms of booking, long-term booking.
Yeah.
To make it Corbin and... Because they're going to still be in NXT for a little while longer.
I mean, yeah.
Mine has nothing to do with the Melo Trick storyline. Mine is... long-term I'm looking as a long-term booker.
Okay. I'm next one, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Ma'am, you are.
NXT Women's Championship, Lyra Valkyria defends against former champion Roxanne Perez. Now, you have chosen Lyra to be the one to win this and retain her championship, whereas me and Desario have gone Roxanne. Desario has his own reasonings, probably separate from mine. I just think Roxanne deserves another chance at it. I think, because the last time we saw her with the title, it was kind of a more or less a rob of, she really didn't lose it. She lost it, but she didn't. She didn't lose it in a pinfall, is what I'm more or less saying. She didn't lose it in a match. I think she deserves another run at it before they eventually, because it's going to happen, before they eventually take her up to the main roster.
Yeah.
I do want to say, however, since we are on women's division, congratulations to Miss Tiffany Stratton for being called up.
I was just about to say it.
We are reading each other's minds perfectly today.
Yes, we are.
To SmackDown Live. I think I would have rather her on Raw.
I'm okay with her being on SmackDown. I think...
That's where the lack of women's division...
I think personally, either she would have thrived either way. It just surprises me because their whole thing is we don't want to keep couples separate.
Yes.
Anybody that knows anything about their personal life, she is dating Imperium's Ludwig Kaiser. Thank you, Ludwig, for making her bearable in the ring.
Yes.
Because at first, couldn't stand her.
Yeah.
But then as she put it in the work, you can
tell she
can see the growth, and you can actually see that she has a passion for this.
I think
you can see it right away.
Me and you have discussed this formally about, or previously, about the fact that they did split them up as a couple, different rosters, obviously. And I think right now, with Charlotte being out, and
I think Tiffany is that right pawn to move into the Charlotte slot or.
For holding right now.
I was going to say, because she was essentially just Charlotte Flair in NXT minus...
I also was going to point out that they signed two signed two women superstars that night. They signed Tiffany Stratton, and they also signed Naomi. I think because Charlotte pretty much takes the place of two or three people already with how athletically gifted she is.
With the talent level that she has, with the star power that she brings in.
You need the two women.
Oh, yeah, no, that's why I low-key kind of felt like the shift
was fine.
In balance, and I think that was... I'm excited to see what she does on the main roster.
Because she can bring it.
Because she definitely showed she can handle herself very well. Mm-hmm. Just go back and look at her feud with Becky Lynch over the NXT Women's title.
Yes. That was amazing.
Like, I think that was, like, the testament to what she can do.
Mm-hmm.
And if she keeps pushing herself the way that she is,
yeah,
there is no telling what else she can accomplish. Like,
main roster,
sky's
yes.
the freaking limit for this chick.
All right, let's get on to our match.
And I love it.
You chose Lyra. Your reasoning for her retaining?
I think, one, it's probably just a little too soon. Also, I'm gonna kind of piggyback off of something Desario said, where you can tell post this feud, they're not looking at what's gonna be next. There's no, like, once this is done, like, you can already tell there isn't a clear-cut next step for either woman.
Yeah.
So at this point, like, unless you're gonna have somebody get involved in the match tonight and cost one of them to set up a feud for one of them.
Yeah.
I don't really see a rhyme or reason behind her dropping the title if it's not a need. I don't see why you would do it.
Okay.
Like, everything needs to have some kind of justification and some kind of clear-cut, like, make it make sense moment.
Okay.
That's where I'm, like, long term. I'm gonna pull something off of the main roster to help solidify my argument. Cody giving up his spot at Mania to The Rock. I don't understand why.
No, I don't either.
But from now to Mania, so you have WWE, you have 2 months to make it make sense and give the fans a reasoning as to why. Because Cody is on fire, that is what we wanted.
Yeah, we wanted.
And you are literally giving him Bret Hart, Hulk Hogan storyline, WrestleMania 9, where Bret gave Hogan his main event title pick.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that they're...
We just want to understand a lot of things as a fan base, and obviously we're not going to understand everything.
No.
This is one of those where you have a chance to
tell us why.
To explain.
Yeah.
And to give us alright, now this makes sense moment. And if you cannot do that going into this, the Roxanne Lyra match, don't do something that you cannot build off of.
Okay.
Because you and I have firsthand witnessed the uproar that we pro wrestling fans can bring when we are unsatisfied with something.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you can... It even happened right after. The Rock taking Cody's spot, or Cody giving up his spot, whatever it may be, is now the most disliked video. It has trumped Charlotte taking Becky's spot.
They did a live event literally the next day in Tennessee. The Rock came out, they showed the moment from SmackDown. Outside of Hollywood Rock, I have never heard that man get booed. That man got Dominic Mysterio, I want you to go away heat at the moment. And that is saying something. It is the fucking Rock.
Nobody wanted this.
As
much as it would have been great without the title,
all right,
nobody
think
wanted
back
this.
Real quick. 10 years ago.
Okay.
What were we doing 10 years ago?
Wasn't that... Yeah, that was the Yes Movement.
We're in a very similar predicament. And at this point...
We're also in the same predicament Punk was in. What did Punk say to Cody?
He told him...
You win.
You win. And then somebody that hasn't been around for a while is going to come in and take your shot. Essentially.
And he did. And I was
reading
Punk
verbatim called that. And I want to point out, I know we referenced this, we hit this, and I know we're off topic on what we're really supposed to be getting into, but
this
I think it's still relevant right now.
Yeah.
What did Punk say about 20 years ago? What? You know the moment that I am talking about. The pipe bomb.
20 years ago?
Was it 20 years? No.
No. Lord, no. Barely 10.
There it is. Sorry.
Not 10 years ago.
Sorry. Math. Mine.
Oh, and you're the number guy.
I want to point out that is my only slip up today.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go back into it.
Going back 10 years ago. the pipe bomb. Punk, so far, has low-key called everything verbatim in the order that it has happened.
I agree.
And we, the fans, kind of agree with this right now. The fact that The Rock is in the main event picture instead of the person it should be right now made him sick. It is making us, it is already making us fans sick. And it's only been about 36 hours?
Yeah.
If that, since that has been announced.
I was also reading that it was The Rock's push.
The Rock got to that board of directors and pushed for him to be in that spot.
And it shouldn't have been. Even, here's the thing, is a lot of people...
I know we like to make jokes about...
Let me finish. A lot of people are sitting there pretty much saying, you know... And again, I'm sorry, we are completely off topic with this, and we'll probably get more into this when it comes to Elimination Chamber, because a lot more will come out. But... a lot of people, for The Rock pushing himself into this space, have not only been so mad about it.
Oh, we've been vocal.
But even if you needed a space for Seth Rollins to defend his title against, you needed somebody, you had people that you
look at that Raw, how stacked that Raw roster is, not including an injured Punk.
You could have
given it to Drew.
You could have given it to Drew. You could have given it to Gunther.
Gunther, who, again, we've stated, has outgrown that IC title. It's time for the bigger picture. Give it. Like, there's no reason
why we needed Seth, Cody, even for an injured Punk.
What you could have done is, if this was really your plan all along.
Yeah.
Rock versus Roman. You could have just had Cody pick Seth instead.
Yeah. But no, Cody stated it at Rumble. I want Roman. You are my pick.
And
there should have never been...
I don't know how much of Raw you watched this last week.
I did. I watched all of it.
I watched it in snippets.
Yes.
The Rollins promo.
Yeah.
With Cody.
If you pick him...
you're... Like why pick the Hollywood title that you don't get to see?
Right.
If you want to be a real world champion, take me on. And guess what? He was not wrong.
No, he wasn't. But I think that promo came because they have an injured Punk. And now you can't set up Punk Rollins. But WWE has been flexible. Why take away something that we've wanted? That we knew he had to finish his story. You should have let him do this. This was for him and his family.
You're giving us the Daniel Bryan Yes movement of 2014. The Becky movement of 2019.
Yep. If they don't fix this, you're going to have an uproar of fans, and nobody is going to be happy to watch Mania.
Oh, dude, no, but currently the best thing going into Mania is coming out of the women's division.
And that is Bayley and Io.
Yes, they really went the full Evolution Batista Triple H storyline. And I'm not mad about it because they pulled it off so well.
Okay, let's get back
on
topic.
Let's get back into
NXT.
NXT Vengeance Day. We have one more match to cover.
And this is your main event.
NXT Championship, Ilja Draganuov, Trick Williams. Trick won the right to challenge at Deadline.
But
unfortunately, due to Ilja's injury, the match had to be postponed. I'm really glad to see him in this spotlight. I love that we are getting two of NXT's best competitors to date going at it, but then again, there's not a lot of people I can't say that for on the NXT roster.
Thank goodness. That means something.
Exactly. Ilja, has a point to prove. Like, I'm champion for a reason. This is why. Again, really glad that he is cleared to make this happen. It seems that we are all on the same page. Ilja beats Trick Again, I say because, you can tell the call-up is about to happen.
Yes.
No point in putting your main NXT strap on somebody that's not going to be around long enough to carry it.
And unfortunately, yes, the call-up is coming.
And
I would have loved to have seen Trick with the title.
Absolutely. And now is where I share a similar mindset to you guys.
Okay.
This is where I see Melo not being happy to not be in the world title picture. He's going to screw Trick.
Okay.
Whether it be intentional or not. That's where we get the big reveal of, I attacked you a few months back going into that Fatal 4-Way.
So that you didn't take that shot.
So you didn't get your shine. I love Desario for this because he's saying, I can see it being that, and then you set up a 3-way Melo, Trick, Ilja.
For the one time?
Yep.
Before they get called up, yeah, definitely.
But I still feel like, even if you don't set up that 3-way, now you have that rift between them, and you set up one final feud before calling them up, Trick and Melo. Okay. Because if you try to do it post them being on the main roster, I don't think a lot of the main roster fans are going to understand what is going on.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that too.
So I feel like that this is how you send them on their way.
Yeah. Do you put them on separate brands then?
I think when they do get called up, it's looking like they're going to be on the same brand.
Okay.
But you know what? Superstar Shakeup is going to be coming in like 2 months. That's the perfect time to just do it. Separate them for a little bit.
Yeah.
Before bringing them together to maybe work another program together.
Okay. All right, and that has been NXT Vengeance Day. I know we did get off topic for a while, but...
A couple times, but all of them were justified.
All of them were justified, yes. So, obviously that is that. We will be back for the recap later tonight. We hope you guys enjoy the show, and then we are coming back... when?
February 23rd, the night before Chamber... Simply because of how early in the day that's going to be.
Yes, for us here in the U.S.
It'll be like 4 a.m.
Yeah, where we are located. We are looking at 4:30 a.m. for the Chamber start. So
what we'll do then is we'll do our pre-show that Friday.
Yes.
Probably like middle of the day because... Let's be real, even watching that go-home episode to SmackDown, I doubt anything's really going to change.
I doubt it.
If at all.
Unless there's a match where we need like an extra person, then we'll do it later that night.
Right.
But
even then, we'll probably record that middle of the day, get it out the way, and that way we can, take that Friday to rest up going into that. Because Lord knows we're going to need a metric ton of caffeine.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, guys, we will be back later for
Love you all.
recap.
Enjoy.
Laters.